After the Three Lions' 2-0 win over Sweden at the weekend, hordes of fans flocked out of the bars and nightclubs onto Newland Avenue, celebrating the country's success. Topless supporters climbed onto bus stops and stood on top of vans singing Three Lions after the win was confirmed. Some residents enjoyed the jovial atmosphere, but others were left intimidated and fearful of what future victories in the tournament, which concludes on Sunday, might have in store. I was shocked by idiotic behavior. Hull University student Georgina was not amused by Saturday's celebrations, which went on for several hours outside her home. Hull University student Georgina Balch watched the match at Sanctuary Bar, but could not escape 11 hours worth of chanting and screaming outside her home. The 22-year-old saw people drinking from 11 a.m. on Saturday, 4 hours before kickoff. She said, "The whole of Newland Avenue was chanting and it was just loud. With drunken men and women it was a little bit intimidating. Yes, let them have their fun celebrating our country's success. No, it's intimidating and they put themselves and others at risk of serious injury. I was in Planet Coffee trying to do work because I couldn't concentrate at home. We have to close the windows because it's just too loud, and that's not just when the football is on. There were people shopping and people in local bars such as Level and Harrington's just having a nice casual lunch. Then there's just lots of supporters in football shirts drinking excessively way before the match starts." Miss Balch says she appreciates the World Cup is only on every 4 years, but she was alarmed to see videos of fans scaling vehicles after the match came to an end. "I was quite shocked. It's a family area in a main high street and I just thought they would be a bit more sensible." Workers were frightened. England fans hijacked a bus and sang their hearts out after England's win. Many traders and shoppers witnessed the chaotic celebrations that brought Newland Avenue to a standstill on Saturday. Cars were trapped and people had to squeeze through the crowds after a huge exodus in the middle of the afternoon. One business owner, who did not want to be named, has concerns about so many people leaving the clubs at one time. She said, "I think the support is great, but I think the issue is letting everyone out at once. We were locked up and we were all quite frightened. The support is good and it's good for the avenue, but it was just the amount of people. I don't mind as long as there is no trouble." Some even climbed onto a bus shelter. Shocking videos from London over the weekend showed drunken vandals smashing up cars, including emergency response vehicles, in the capital after England's win. Fortunately, no such behavior occurred in Hull, but Christine McKenna, owner of clothing alteration store So It, is worried about supporters getting too excited in the heat of the moment on Wednesday, and potentially Sunday. She said, "I am worried about windows. I like the atmosphere and people enjoying themselves, and as long as there is no damage that is fine. As long as there is no trouble and no throwing off glasses, I don't mind, and the shop will be shut regardless on Wednesday and Sunday by the time the match is on." What Humberside police say ahead of World Cup semi-final. Chief Superintendent Darren Downs. England's win on Saturday led to a record-breaking night for Humberside police, but not for the right reasons. The force received more than 2,000 calls in the space of just a few hours after the victory over Sweden, and these included some nuisance calls with one person dialing 999 just to chant, "It's coming home." Humberside police have therefore since called on fans to behave themselves on Wednesday as England bids to reach a World Cup final for the first time in more than 50 years. Chief Superintendent Darren Downs said, "We are as delighted as the rest of the country that England have reached the semi-finals of the World Cup after their 2-0 victory over Sweden. However, we are far less impressed with the way some local fans chose to celebrate, including one who thought it was appropriate to call 999 to shout, 'It's coming home,' at us, or others who blocked roads and climbed onto cars and bus shelters. It's great to see everyone so passionate about cheering England on and the amount of national pride people have, but when people start throwing glass bottles and climbing onto moving vehicles, especially when they've had a bit to drink, it's just a recipe for someone to end up getting seriously hurt. All I would ask is, no matter what the result is, enjoy yourself, celebrate how far we've come, and look after each other without putting yourself or anyone else at risk." It's no fun waking up in a hospital bed or one of our cells, and you don't want to miss the final, do you? Get the Hull Live app. It's completely free and features all the latest news, sport and what's on information. You can download it for iPhone and iPad from Apple's App Store, or get the Android version from Google Play.